بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب زدني علما.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على رسوله الأمين. أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. So what we have done yesterday with respect to huruf al-jar and majroor, and second thing about for each and every word we need to understand its marfu, mansub and majroor. Okay. So here the word as-samawati, it's as-samawati here, it's mansoob bil kasra. Mansoob bil kasra. Why mansoob bil kasra? Because this jama muannas, what is the qaida of jama muannas? Marfu'un marfu'un bil dhamma, mansubun wa majrurun bil kasra. Okay. So here we need to understand what the qaida of as-samawati. So what are the three ways of as-samawati? As-samawatu, as-samawati, as-samawati. First thing, it's what? Marfu, mansub or majroor. Second thing, why? Why it is majroor, why it is mansub, and why it is marfu. So as-samawat is marfu because mansub because of one name. What is that name? It is called maf'ul bihi. What is called maf'ul bihi? What is maf'ul bihi? Khalaqa is fail. Khalaqa is verb. So we have this format. We need to remember all the time. What is that? Fail, fa'il, and maf'ul. Okay. If we have the verbal sentence, this will be the criteria because sentences are of two types. One is verbal, another is nominal. So nominal sentence has mubtada and khabar. And verbal sentence has fail, file, maf'ul. So whenever we see the fail, so it's always have the file. So there is no acceptance of fail without file. Whenever we have the fail, it must be file with it. Sometime apparent and sometime it's pronoun. So here the file is always marfu. Marfu means it has zamma in it. And maful is always mansub. So please remember this qaida. File is marfu and maful is mansub. File is marfu, maful is mansub. I'll get you know the qaida. So file is mansub. Sorry, file is marfu and maful is mansub. I'll first take you to this example of file and marfu. Then we'll come to this example. Then we'll go to another ayah in order to take these examples. So here we have one more ayah that's called yu'adhibumullahu bi'aydikum. You can take this example. I'll go for the easy one, so that it will be easy for everyone. Okay, this is the very best example. أنزل الله سكينته على رسوله وعلى المؤمنين. أنزل الله سكينته على رسوله وعلى المؤمنين. Look at his example. In this example, what we have? Anzala, fail, Allahu fa'il, sakinatahu maf'ul. What is that? Anzala, fail, Allahu fa'il, and sakinatahu maf'ul. Okay. Yatubu, fail, Allahu fa'il. So fa'il is always maf'ul. Ma harram Allahu wa rasuluhu. So ma harram Allahu, Allahu here fa'il. So whenever we have the marfu, after the fail is always marfu. Look at here. Qalatil yahudu. Qalatil yahudu. So yahud here fa'il. Okay. Karihal kafiruna. Al kafiruna fa'il. It's marfu. How it is marfu? Marfu bil wow. Karihal mushrikuna. So al mushrikuna marfu, being fa'il to kariha. Okay. So we can get many examples of maf'ul. There are many reasons of fa'il of being marfu. Okay. So get back to this concern where we can understand, alhamdulillah, in Surah Qaf. I'm not in Surah Qaf. Okay. So here we have as-samawati here mansub. So no need to get first into the reason of mansub. So this word is mansub and the sign of mansub is kasra. Why? Because mansub has three signs. What are the three signs of mansub? What is the three sign of mansub? Fatha, aliyah, and kasra. Three signs. How many signs of mansub? Three signs. Fatha, ya, and kasra. So where is kasra? In muannas jama. Muannas jama. Ya is kasra is a sign of mansub. Wal arda mansubun bil fatha. Again, the word zulumat is also mansub, being mafule bihi. Zulumat is mansubun bil kasra. Why mansub bil kasra? Because it is muannas jama. An-nura mansubun bil fatha. Ya'dilun. Ya'dilun is verb. Why it is verb? Because we have the qaida to understand the verb about this one. If any word ends with vawnun, listen to it very carefully. Any word ends with vawnun and starts with ya or ta, it's always maf'ul. Any word ends with vawnun, we need to look at the starting letter. If the starting letter is ya and the starting letter is ta, so these words are always fail. It's always verb. Ya'diluna and tamturun. So whenever you look, the word wawnun ends with wawnun, start with ya or start with ta, they're always fail. Okay. So ya'dilun and tamturun is fail. Okay. Now the word as-samawati is majrur. Why? Because we have the reason fi. We have the reason fi. Because of fi harf jar, we have as-samawati. So as-samawati is majrur bil kasra. The reason is fi. Reason is fi. Good. Look at here the word min ayatin. Which harf jar is it? Is min. So min ayati rabbihim. Again min. Okay. So here we have another harf jar an. But what is majrur here? This is pronoun. Pronoun is majrur over here. In pronoun, we don't find kasra because these pronouns are stationary. They can't change. Okay. So anha, there is no point of understanding it jar. But in the state of jar. Why? Because it comes or it's preceded by harf jar. So whenever we have the harf jar, the next word would be majroor. If we understand this majroor or not, but it always majroor. Okay. Look at this word. Bil haqqi. So which harf jar it is? Ba. So al haqqi majroor. Okay. Look at here the word bihi. So ha harf jar. It became majroor. It's pronoun. So qabli is majroor because of min. Qabli is majroor because of min harf jar. Qarnin is majroor because of min harf jar. Al ardi is majroor because of fi. Tahti is majroor because of min. Dhunubi is majroor because of ba. The ID is majroor because of ba harf jar. Alayhi. So he is pronoun, even though we have kasra here, but we don't accept it. Why? Because this zamir, this pronouns won't be changed. Okay? This won't be changed. It always remains the same. Alayhim with zamir. Minhum with zamir. Bihi with zamir. So what is the zamir? We have how many persons? Three persons. First person. Which first person? I or we? I singular, we is plural. Which is second person? Second person we have you. What about third person? In third person we have he, she, they. Okay. These are pronouns. These are pronouns in Arabic language. Okay. So which pronoun will come after harf jar? It should be who. For first person we'll have ya and na. Ya and na. And for the second person we have ka, kuma, kum, he, kuma, kunna. And third person became who, ha, huma, or whom, kunna. Okay. So these are pronouns. Whenever it comes, I'll explain it to you. So bihi. So he is what? Third person, singular. What is he? He is nothing but him. So yastahziun is what? Is the verb. Yastahziun is verb. Okay. Al-mukaththibina. So al-mukaththibina is majroor. Majroor bil ya. Why majroor? Because it's mudaf ilayhi yaqibatu. It's mudaf ilayhi to the word aqibatu. Aqibatul mukaththibin. So al-ardi is majroor because of fi. As-samawati majroor because of fi. Yawmi is majroor because of ila harf jar. Al-qiyamati is majroor being mudaf ilayhi to yawm. So we have these two words. Whenever we have these two words, okay, if first word is free from tanween and alif lam, so we have to consider it mudaf. And the next word would be mudaf ilayh. So here we have the example. Yawm al-qiyamati, aqibatul mukaththibin. Okay. So mudaf is always free from tanween and alif lam. Okay. So fil layli, al-layli majroor because of fi. And this lahu, lam is harf jar, and this pronoun is majroor. As I said earlier to you, we cannot understand or we do not see any sign of jar into the pronouns. They are as it is. So we consider them, this pronoun is in the state of jar. Al-layli majroor because of fi. Look at here. Fatir samawati. Fatir mudaf. As-samawati mudaf ilayh. Ghayr Allahi. Ghayr is mudaf. Allahi is mudaf ilayh. So this is lafz Allah is majroor because of being mudaf ilayh. As-samawati is majroor being mudaf ilayh to fatir. Okay. And this is why fatir is majroor because of being sifat to Allah. Being sifat to Allah. Okay. Adaba yawmin. Which parameter, which frame is this? Which phrase is this? Mudaf and mudaf ilayh. How do you understand mudaf and mudaf ilayh? If two nouns are one another with one another, okay, and the first noun is free from tanween and alif lam. So mudaf is always free from tanween and alif lam. And the next word mudaf ilayh is always majroor. The next word mudaf ilayh is always majroor. Look at this parameter over here. Adaba yawmin. Adaba yawmin. So adab mudaf and yawmin mudaf ilayh. And here is example of mawsuf and sifa. Here is the example of mawsuf and sifa. So al-fawdu mawsuf, al-mubinu sifa. Clear? This can't be mudaf mudaf ilayh. Why? Because al-fawz is what? With alif lam. As fawz with alif lam, so we do not consider them as mudaf. It should be mawsuf and sifa. Okay. This is the example of mawsuf. No, we should not take this example. So tushrikuna is what? Verb. Why verb? Because ends with waw nun, starts with ta. Yarifuna, it's verb. Yarifuna, it's verb. Okay. Yu'minuna is verb because starts with ya, ends with waw nun. Al-zalimuna. So this is fail and file. Yuflihu, fail, and this is file. So this is marfu with waw. Why marfu bil waw? Because it is mudhakkar jama. Taz'amuna, verb. Okay. So mushrikina is here mansub. Mansub bil ya. Why do we have to consider it's mansub? Because this word mushrikina is not mudaf ilayh and not majroor. So in order to consider this majroor, we have two criteria only. What is the criteria? If it's preceded by harf jar or mudaf before him. So we don't have mudaf before it. We don't have harf jar before it. So it's always mansoob. Okay. Yaftaruna, verb. Good, barakallah feek. Look at here the word ka. It's pronoun. Ka is what? Pronoun. Ilayka, to you. Pronoun. Hum, pronoun. Alay qulubihim, pronoun. This is pronoun. This is pronoun. Okay. Ha, pronoun. So you find more examples of pronouns into the Arabic language. Ha, pronoun. Sorry, kaf, pronoun. Kaf, pronoun. Okay. Asatirul awwalin. This is the parameter of mudaf and mudaf ilayh. Asatirul awwalin. This is the parameter of mudaf and mudaf ilayh. So al-awwalina majrurun bil ya. So if any verb that's free from tanween and alif lam followed by pronoun, so this is also the criteria of mudaf and mudaf ilayh. Mudaf and mudaf ilayh. If verb, sorry, noun along with pronoun, if they are together, so these are the examples of mudaf and mudaf ilayh. So anfusahum, it's the example of mudaf mudaf ilayh. If the same pronoun comes with harf jar, it became majroor. They can't be mudaf mudaf ilayh. Why can't be mudaf mudaf ilayh? Because an is not ism. So mudaf is always ism. So an is not the criteria of mudaf mudaf ilayh. Sounds clear to you? So anhu is the example of jar majroor. Anfusum is the example of mudaf mudaf ilayh. Okay. Yan'auna is verb because it ends with wawnun, starts with ya. Yanhauna, verb, starts with wawnun, ends with ya. Yash'uruna, it's verb, ends with wawnun, starts with ya. Okay. So annari is majrur because of ala harf jar. Ayati is majrur because of ba harf jar. Al-mu'minina is majrur because of min. Clear? Anhu, lahum is jar, example of jar majrur, where majrur is pronoun. Innahum, hum is pronoun over here. Who is pronoun? Al-kadhibuna, kadhibuna marfu bil waw. Marfu bil waw. Because it's jama muzakkar. Okay, mab'uthina bi mab'uthina majrurun bil ya. Why? Because it's preceded by harf jar ba. Okay. So ala rabbihim. So this is the two example of two frames. What? In this frame we have jar majroor and mudaf mudaf ilayh. How? How it is possible? Simple. Ala rabbi, example of jar majroor. And rabbihim is the example of mudaf mudaf ilayh. Sounds clear? So rabbi plus him. Okay, look at here, the same example. It has two, jar majroor and mudaf mudaf ilayh. So it became like this. Biliqa'i, example of what? Jar majroor. So the word al-liqa is majroor because of ba harf jar, and ismul jalala is majroor because of mudaf ilayh. Sounds clear to you? So the word liqa, it has two roles. One is majroor with ba, another is mudaf to Allahi. So as-sa'atu marfu'un bil dhamma, baghtatan mansubun bil fatha, Hum is pronoun. Yahmiluna is verb because ends with waw and start with ya. Hum is pronoun. Ala dhuhurihim is the example of both pair. Jar majrur and mudaf mudaf ilayh. So ala dhuhur, it's the pair of jar and majrur, and dhuhurihim is the example of mudaf and mudaf ilayh. Sounds clear? The word yattaqoon is verb. The word taqilun is verb. Okay, yattaqoon verb, taqilun verb. Why? Ends with waw and start with ta. Start with yeah. Okay. Al-Zalimina mansubun bil ya. So bi ayatillahi is what? Same pair. Jar majroor and mudaf ilayhi. Clear? So bi ayati. So ayati is majroor because of ba harf jar, and it's also mudaf. So Allahi is majroor. Yajhaduna verb. Why? Ends with waw and start with ya. Likalimatillahi. Which pattern? Kalimatillahi, jar majroor and mudaf mudaf ilayhi. How it is? Likalimati. So likalimati, lam harf jar, kalimati is majroor. And again kalimati is mudaf. Allahi is mudaf ilayhi. Sounds clear? And this is all the same example. Min naba'il mursaleen. So min naba'i is the example of jar majroor. And the word naba'il mursaleen, is it what? Mudaf and mudaf. Alayka. So this is example of jar and where majroor is dhamir. Dhamir is nothing but pronoun. في السماء مجرور بالكسرة. في الأرض مجرور بالكسرة. Why? Because of في. من الجاهلين. So الجاهلين مجرور because of min harf jar. And the sign of jar, yeah. Why? Because it is jama mudhakkar. Yasma'una verb because ends with waw and start with yeah. Yurja'un ends with waw and start with yeah. Ayatun marfu'un with dhamma. Mir rabbihi is the parameter of both. What is that? Jar majroor and mudaf mudaf ilayhi. Jar majroor and mudaf mudaf ilayhi. Ibn Allah, Allah is what? Mansubun. Qadirun marfu'un. Ayatan mansubun. Ya'lamuna verb. Why? Ends with waw and start with ya. Min dabbatin. It's majroor because of min harf jar. Fil ardi majroor because of fi harf jar. Fil kitabi. Al kitab is majroor because of fi. Shay'in is majroor because of min. Ila rabbihim is the pattern of jar majrur and mudaf mudaf. Jar majrur and mudaf mudaf. Bi ayatina. Okay, this is also the example. Fi dhulumati. الظلمات majrur because of fi harf jar. Ala siratin mustaqim. So this is the example of what? Jar majrur and mawsuf sifa. Jar majrur, not muzaf muzaf ilayh. Why not muzaf muzaf ilayh? The reason is simple. Because the word siratin has tanween. So it can't be mudaf. Okay, it can't be mudaf. So it should be mawsuf and sifa. So both words are similar, both words are majrur. That's why it became mawsuf sifa. Okay, the word azabullahi is what? Pair of mudaf and mudaf ilayhi. As-sa'atu marfu'un bid-dhamma. Tad'una is verb because ends with vowel and starts with ta. Sadiqina is mansubun bil ya. Why mansub? Because there is no sign of jar. There is no mudaf before it, or there is no harf jar before it. Tad'una verb, tad'una verb, tansuna verb, tushrikuna. All these examples of ila umamin. So umam is majul because of ila. Qabli is majul because of min. Bil ba'sa'i is majul because of ba. So qulubuhum is the example of mudaf and mudaf ilayh. Qulub mudaf and ilayhim. Sorry, hum mudaf ilayh. Lahum is the example of jar and lahum is the example of jar and majrur. Shaitanu marfu'un bid dhamma and it's file of the word zayn. Ya'maluna verb ends with vowel start with ya. Abwabi kullu shay'in. This is the example of what? Two sets of mudaf mudaf ilayh. What is that? Two sets of mudaf mudaf ilayh. How? Abwab is mudaf. Kulli is mudaf ilayh. So one set. Okay, one set. Again, the word kulli is mudaf. Shay'in is mudaf. Sounds clear? So sometime it can be two pairs of mudaf mudaf ilayh. Where a center word, it became mudaf ilayh to the first word and mudaf to the next word. Like the word kulli is mudaf ilayh to abwab and mudaf to shay'in. Clear? Okay, again we have the word Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Okay. So lillahi lam, Allah is majrur because of lam harf jar. Rabbi is majrur being sifa to Allah. Al Alameen is majrur because being mudaf ilayh. The sign of jar is ya. Ala qulubikum. Ala qulubikum is the example of mudaf jar majrur and mudaf mudaf ilayh. So ala jar, qulubi majrur. Again qulubikum. So it became mudaf mudaf ilayh. Adabullah is the example of mudaf mudaf ilayh. Ad-dhalimuna, it's marfu bil waw. Okay. Al-mursalina mansubun बिलिया मुबशरीना मंसूबुन बिलिया मुंदिरीना मंसूबुन बिलिया यहज़नून वर्ब अलैहिम जार मजरूर यफ़्सुकूना it's verb वाव ends with vowel and starts with ya ततफक्करून verb यत्तकून verb यखाफूना verb यदعूना verb من الظالمين الظالمين مجرور بالياء because of من حرف جر يريدون verb من حسابك is the example of jar majrur and mudaf ilayh. Okay, min hisabika is the example of jar majrur and mudaf ilayh. Min hisabihim is the example of jar majrur and mudaf ilayh. Clear? Bishakirina ba harf jar ashakirina majrur, so majrurun bil ya. Alaykum jar majrur bi ayatina 3. What is that? Ba harf jar and ayati majrur, and again ayat mudaf and la mudaf ilayh. It has 2 here. So ala nafsihi, same jar majrur and mudaf ilayh. Ala jar, nafsi majrur, and again nafsi mudaf, he mudaf ilayh. Al-ayati mansubun bil kasra. Sabilul mujrimina mudaf ilayh. Al-mujrimina majrurun bil ya. And how do you understand it's mudaf ilayh? Because we have the word sabil as mudaf over here. Because what is the sign of sabil? First of all, it's noun. Second sign, it's free from tanween and alif lam. Okay. Min al-muhtadin jar majrur. Tasta'jiluna verb. Al-fasilina majrurun bil ya because the word khair is mudaf. Bil-zalimina majrur because of ba harf jar. Tasta'jiluna, it's verb. So alhamdulillah, you have done so many examples over here. Jazakallah khair, barakallah feekum. So now you do the practice. Okay. Shukran, barakallah feekum. Ahsanallahu ilaykum. Hayakum.